All right, Josh, you can come back in.
By the way, what kind of snacks y'all got? I'm missing the snackage.
Oh yeah, Ryan's in LA, so we're doing a Discord recording. So if he sounds a little funny, that's why. Snackage, we have double stuffed white Oreos,
golden Oreos.
Oh, golden Oreos,
yeah.
And I have some fruit snacks over there, Josh. If you want some, Josh has food in his mouth. Hold on, I gotta get a timer going. Patrick, do you want to introduce what we're doing?
Well, I mean, you have a list of things over here. I don't know if you want to introduce what we're doing first and then do that, or do that and then introduce the topic after.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
Do it
so
in the middle.
Wait, hold on. First, we need to introduce ourselves. Right?
Oh, yeah. Oh shit, hold on.
So-
Let me pull.
What are we?
Let me pull up the video. I'm pulling up the. Okay.
All right. So, my name is Patrick. I'm one of your hosts.
My name is Josh. I'm one of your hosts.
My name is Blake. I'm one of your hosts.
And this is Ryan, coming at you live from LA. I'm a host too.
All right, Josh, you gotta make sure you're loud because the microphone's furthest away from you.
That's pretty good.
Okay. So before we start our new topic, we're gonna wrap up the old topic, which was the refranchising, franchises. So basically, I'm gonna go around and ask you guys if a franchise should live or die, and I need you guys to vote of whether or not it should live or die. So, Ryan, does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. What franchises are you going to tell us? Is that what?
Yeah, I have a list. I have a list right here.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll start with Ryan. Ryan, Jurassic Park, should it live or die?
No, die.
Die, damn.
That can die hard.
Okay, Patrick, what do you think? Live or die?
I'd say die
Die.
at this point.
I will say, if we want to say it lives, we can put a, disclaimer saying that it needs to change drastically. So it can live
Oh,
drastically. It's pretty good, Josh. So Josh, what do you think? Jurassic Park, live or die?
I think it should live.
Should live? Okay. I
fuck you.
have to... I'm really on the fence about it, though.
There's only been 6 movies.
I'll say live. I will put a small disclaimer that I think they do need to kind of change the formula, because I think... Shit, that's tied.
I think they got a lot cool, though. The design of, the ones that they made themselves, the Endoraptor and stuff, I think is a really cool thing. But they gotta stop doing they gotta focus on the idea of it being more of an adventure horror rather than, here's Chris Pratt!
Yeah, but the thing about the ones they made is, why did they make them? They made things that could easily just, escape and kill them.
Yeah. Guys, it was fucking cool.
We gave this T-Rex machine gun arms, and we gave him the security key for the door?
But... he's constantly in pain. And he knows it's the humans who inflicted it upon him.
Ryan, just to make sure, you can hear Josh fine, okay, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear him just fine.
Do you have any comments on Jurassic Park?
I did. Well, so this may be just a rehashing of when we talked about it a while back, but I don't know. Jurassic Park for me kind of just stops at 2. I think 1's super classic, and then 2, it kind of brought in the new formula or idea concept that the park's been overrun and torn down and stuff like that, and then they're they bring back this T-Rex and that's the big selling point of that movie, I think. And then 3 was fine too as a concept, but 1 and 2 actually were way more memorable for me, and then World I think I forgot completely.
I agree.
Damn. I remember World. I just forget the last 2 that they made. But yeah, I don't know. I like Jurassic Park. I don't think it should necessarily die, but I just think they need to change what they're doing.
We still need better video games. And the Jurassic World's Park Maker game is pretty cool, the newest one.
Well, they have that new game, right? Jurassic
didn't you
Park
see that?
Survival?
I'm a little worried about it, but it's the game I've always wanted.
Okay, cool.
The gameplay footage was very early.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still pretty excited for it.
Yeah.
So moving on, the Halloween franchise. Ryan.
Oh, I mean, should have died a long time ago.
All right, double die. Patrick.
Die.
Die. Josh.
Dead.
I also agree. Kill it. Okay, that was pretty.
Right,
That was
on.
pretty.
Even the
straight.
movies say it in their titles, but
But
just
they're
won't do
rebooting
it.
it.
Yeah.
They're gonna reboot it again.
Who could have thought?
I don't know. All right, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Ryan.
Yeah, die.
Damn. Patrick?
Well, I'd say die, because Texas Chainsaw Massacre, in my head, is just like the first one is good, but like every other one just doesn't matter.
I think it's pretty dated. Because like I don't think that's like a concept.
The first one?
No, the first one's good, but I think the concept of that, I don't think, because like we watched the 20 whatever, and I just don't think like...
I think the concept of the original holds up. In terms of the base form, like, fuck Leatherface.
Yeah.
The idea of the original where you're on, like, this road trip and you're in the middle of nowhere and you start getting attacked by people, I think is really valid as a fear.
Yeah.
But the newer ones don't do that.
They don't go back to that fear.
Leatherface.
Yeah.
In which case it doesn't work for me.
So, die?
Live, just, die.
I also say die. But I will put a disclaimer that... Because I feel like if they change it, like... Because I agree of the, being stuck out in the middle of nowhere and you get attacked by this family and then the secret of, like, the sheriff's in on it, that whole thing. Like, I don't know, that's a good concept that you can keep working on. It's just they don't do anything with it.
Just be something new.
Just be something new.
It doesn't even have to be Texas Chainsaw at that point.
All right, Terminator, Ryan.
I want to say live. I want to say live so badly because I want to see what happens post John Connor, or like John Connor era stuff when he's like leader of the resistance. Like that's really like the next evolution for me for Terminator.
Okay. Patrick?
I would say die.
Die, okay. Josh?
It's actually a tough one. I'm leaning towards die, but there hasn't been a lot. With Jurassic Park, I like the idea of it continuing so that we can get more stuff like games and more things that actually actively expand on a universe that hasn't been touched on very well, which I feel like Terminator isn't. So I'm going to do a rare live on that.
Live.
Yeah.
I'm also going to be in kind of on the fence, like either die or live, where it's like only live if you change what you're doing. Because the last two movies, Genesis and Dark Fate, they tried to go back to the original movies of like the formula of 1 and 2, but then completely botch it. Because literally Dark Fate is almost like a reboot of it where it's not about John Connor, it's about a new smart person who's going to save the world. And I just felt like that was kind of lame and stupid. But at the same time, it's like I like Terminator and I want to see more Terminator, but I don't want to see mediocre Terminator. So let it die unless you're going to do good. And don't just push out a fucking sequel to push out Terminator projects.
Yeah, for me, Arnold Schwarzenegger is Terminator.
Yes.
So I feel like he's kind of too old to do that anymore.
Well, they could just keep de-aging him.
Yeah, to de-age him.
All right,
Just BGM the whole time.
Ryan, what do you think about the Matrix franchise?
That's also another tough one because I like the concept of the Matrix. I haven't rewatched any of those in a while. The first one, of course, I love a lot. Matrix 4 I wasn't impressed with. I'd love just like I guess it's a live because I'd like to see them actually do something with that franchise, but I don't think they're going to do well with it, unfortunately.
Okay. Patrick?
I would say die.
You said you said death to everything so far.
Well, yeah. Well, but for this one, after the third one, that was like the conclusion. I don't know why they had to make a fucking fourth one.
Money. They even talk about that in the movie because it's very meta.
Oh.
Josh?
It's kind of a weird one because, again, as like a certified Matrix hater, I feel like the franchise could potentially if they were to remake it in a modern sense and be able to fix some of the things that I don't like, I feel like it could be really entertaining to me because I haven't really enjoyed the Matrix. I also think they like the video game that they just released, the tech demo. It was super fucking cool.
Did you play the Path of Neo?
No.
You need to. It's really good.
I played the Minority Report for Xbox.
That has nothing to do with... What was that?
I don't...
Was that the Woman in Black?
What the fuck?
Oh, shit.
We're being
haunted. Turning on?
Josh, I put you down for live.
Yes.
Okay.
Was I saying something?
I don't know.
Before the noise happened?
I'm scared.
Shit, I don't want to put...
I pooped.
I'm gonna put dead, like kill it, unless it does what Josh is saying, like unless they kind of reboot it, change it up. Like I don't know, like the whole thing with like the fourth one is just I felt like it had no soul to it. Like, I don't know. I was like, this is really lame. It's really kind of like all the characters kind of suck. The story's not very great. And like, I don't know. I was just like, it had none of the flair that the original 3 did. And if you're gonna make another one, fucking, you got to do something drastic and new with it to make it succeed.
Josh, what would be your like vision for the Matrix then? Like, say they tried to totally reboot it and everything. Like, would you say like just cut out the entire original cast, right?
Yeah, fuck them.
Like a slight cameo or something, but like
no, screw them. They're out. They did a great job with the original, but they don't need to continue in the franchising and be passed on to someone else. It's kind of the problem I have with Star Wars. Well, to clarify in terms of my, like, normally I would say, like, pass the baton for all these franchises to the next fucking thing.
That makes sense.
If they are going to continue making them, like, for example, with Jurassic Park, I think there is still a little bit to be enjoyed from that franchise that, with a little bit of modification, can be the case. It's also easier for it's also easier for studios to do that because it's less of a investment risk for them to continue with these franchises. So realistically, as much as I would love another dinosaur type movie like Jurassic Park, you know, it's gonna be Jurassic Park, just like all the new sci-fi movies are Star Wars, and if they're not, they're compared to Star Wars. But that's basically it. Like, I don't know. All of these, I think, can be succeeded. But I don't know.
But I think they need to change the team. Because I feel like it's almost like they have the same team for all these sequels that come out of like the same fucking 5 creative people.
Yeah.
And that's why they all kind of like blend together of like
suck ass.
Yeah. So I'm like, you gotta change it up. The Planet of the Apes franchise, Ryan.
Wait, hold on. On the topic of still Jurassic Park.
Oh my god!
So, since they literally tried to make a park 2 times and both times it failed, what would be the point of trying a 3rd time?
3rd time's a charm.
Exactly.
3rd time's a charm?
Idiot.
Are you Elvis?
He doesn't know how to like properly invest into dinosaur-themed theme parks.
Yeah. That's why you're over there failing and
we
have dinosaur cryptocurrency or whatever.
Who?
From the 4th movie.
The people or the dinosaurs?
Both.
Yeah.
That water dinosaur learned how to do some shit.
Yeah, remember
the kid learned how to count better. Chris Pratt learned how to love.
Remember when he's like, I need more teeth? Because of that part in the beginning where he was like talking about how much teeth the fucking mosasaur or whatever had.
Yeah, and that one kid learned how to stop flirting with every woman that he saw.
Yeah, let's make another one, right?
We're moving on. Planet of the Apes, Ryan. What are you thinking?
Literally the only Planet of the Apes I've seen is like the first of the new like whatever series that they're on or the new segment they're on. So yeah, I mean definitely continue because I thought that was really good and yeah, I need to catch up on Planet of the Apes anyway. But yeah, that's like a definite continue for me.
Patrick, what do you feel?
Yeah, this is going to be the first one I say live to, just because, you know, they're still making the new ones and they're good. So why stop, right?
Okay. Josh?
I feel like it's been going, like, their rebranding and recreation of the series has been, like, it adds a lot to the original. It feels smart, and they're still going with it. Like, they had a full plan that they were doing, and they're almost there. So I'm going to say die, so Blake can't see the end of it. Just kidding, put live.
I knew you were fucking with me. I don't think I need to say my answer because I want them to live. Ryan, how you feeling about the Mad Max franchise?
Oh, I want Mad Max to continue so bad. It's like
yeah.
I actually like the new one. Despite like everyone seemed to not like what's his name? That's Barbara Ride.
Tom Hardy?
Tom Hardy, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, I thought everyone loved the new one.
Yeah, they did. Well, wait, they...
I'm talking about within this circle. I thought people did.
Oh, that's just me.
Tom Hardy specific.
Yeah, no, that was just fucking Josh.
To clarify.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, I'd like to see it again with like
You're the Hardy
Tom
hater.
Hardy, or I'd even be happy with like a different person as Mad Max. Like, yeah, just
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland, yeah. What?
Get out of here.
Angrier, more anti-Semitic Mel Gibson. That's my fucking car.
fuck the jacuzzi. He looks at it more, and Joey goes, "You should smile and blow me." Patrick, live or die?
For what?
Mad Max.
Well, yeah, live.
All right. No, enough. All right, moving on.
No.
Josh.
Live. Easy.
And I also say live.
I'm so
Very good. Ryan, the Scream franchise.
I mean, just based on what I heard from you, Blake, it sounds like die. Probably should watch the second one, but also, like, that's it.
Patrick?
Die.
Josh?
Controversial opinion. I am at Scream 6 now.
Yeah.
And I've seen all of them.
Are you watching it with our mutual friend?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
I think it's a lot of fun. I think the fact that they keep going is hilarious. And I kind of want it to live at least a little longer.
All right. I say die.
They're pretty fucking bad.
You know what I love is she texts me paragraphs.
Yeah.
Of, I just fucking watched Scream 5 and some bullshit, blah, blah, blah.
We watched the one 4.
Yeah.
Where everyone was like, this one's sick. And I was like, that fucking sucks.
People love Scream 4. And they're like, oh my god, she's like the best killer ever. I was like, what were you talking about?
And it kept going after it announced her. And she's like in the hospital like, I gotta finish it.
And, Ryan, what do you think of Hellraiser?
Oh, Hellraiser, even though the last one that we watched sucked, Hulu Raiser, but I want that concept to live on and see more, like, wild creatures. Like, I don't know, if they got Clive Barker back to, like, do designs, and then that's it, that'd be good, but otherwise die.
Okay. Live/die with no
really depends on me,
Clive.
I love the idea in the franchise.
Kill Clive Barker.
Kill Clive Barker.
Oh, no.
Patrick.
For me, it's also kind of both, because just based on the last one and also a bunch of like the shitty sequels that I've never seen from out of the original one,
yeah.
I'd say die. But like Ryan said, just like I really just want to like see a new one with like really good like effects and stuff and better costumes just work, because it could happen.
Yeah.
Did you even listen to me? You were talking to Josh.
I listened to you because I agree with you that I want, again, it's like what we were saying, that there's like a weird, it feels like the same 5 to 10 creative people part of these teams that I want them to stop being the ones in charge. Like I want Hellraiser to continue. Sorry, Josh, I'm not trying to cut over you, but
good.
I want Hellraiser to continue, but I don't want the Hellraiser that we just saw. I want classic Hellraiser.
Yeah.
And like you don't need to like remake the first one, just continue with the fucking story of the puzzle box, because lo and behold, that's what all the other movies is just the puzzle box goes from one person to a next person to a next person. So it's like, why even reboot it? Just have the have the puzzle box go to somebody else. And Josh, what are you saying over there?
I think it's a franchise that hasn't like been at the top of its game for a really long time.
Barker.
I would say I think the concept of Hellraiser would be an interesting one to see continue in terms of its base concept. I don't think it needs to it doesn't necessarily need to continue anything that's currently going. I'm going to put live.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I wasn't trying to rush you.
No, you're good.
Okay. That's funny. I think no, you're fine. I think all 4 of us actually kind of agree with Hellraiser. Okay, so to go down the list, Jurassic Park, I guess you will continue because it's equal. 2 people said die, 2 people say live, but I think in all honesty, I think Jurassic Park just needs to change.
Yes.
They just need change.
It hasn't been that much either.
Yeah, but they just need to have a different creative team step in my opinion.
Yeah, I believe so.
Halloween, die. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, die. Terminator lives. But I think we all kind of agree that Terminator might need to change some stuff up. And then The Matrix is also kind of in the half of like, half of us said live, half of us said die, but I also think we all agree that it just needs a change. Or, I don't know, stop being stupid. Like, go back to, like, the good shit that you were. We all agree that Planet of the Apes should live, which is good. I'm going to put a heart next to that, because that's the best there ever has been. Mad Max, we all agreed, hell yeah, that should live, because Mad Max was fucking awesome. Scream, I'm going to say we agreed that it should die, except for Josh.
Yeah, what's wrong with you, Josh?
I mean,
can't believe it.
I get what Josh is saying, that it's ridiculous, but I think they straight up are canceling 7 because
It looks like a fucking train wreck.
well, yeah, because the
yeah.
lead actress got fired.
I think two people got fired. The whole thing sounds like it was awful, the entire production.
Yeah.
So the whole movie should honestly get canned, and they should get a whole new staff to redo it.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
they're losing all of the people from the previous movie, so it's like, what the fuck? You're going to continue the franchise with nobody from the previous one? That's not how Scream works.
I think what they need to do is use a Ouija board and contact Wes Craven from Beyond the Grave.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's funny because I was talking to my partner about how I'm pretty sure Scream 7 was going to just be a remake of Scream 3 because Scream 5 is basically a remake of Scream 1, Scream 6 is basically a remake of Scream 2, and I thought Scream 7 was going to be a remake of Scream 3, especially when they announced that Patrick Dempsey was going to return as Mark Kincaid, who is the detective of Scream 3.
Ugh.
And I was like, great. So basically they bring back everyone back from Scream 3, and they're going to do like the same thing because now the two main characters are now living their own lives, doing whatever, kind of like in Scream 3 was. I'm happy it's dying because I don't want to see that. And they were talking about like
gotta go to
Matthew
the end.
Lillard might come back, and I was like, fuck
Oh
off.
my god.
Moving on
Dewey
to
come back.
fucking so mad they killed Dewey.
He's
That's
like
some-
in a wheelchair. Like, hey, I'm back, everybody. Yeah.
And Hellraiser, it sounds like we all agreed that we would like the concept to continue, but they need to, again, stop trying to recreate it. Just stick with the blueprints. What?
And also kill Clive Barker.
Oh yeah, kill Clive Barker. Signed
we're
by
just kidding about
Patrick Kujala, Josh Vincent. Josh
No.
Vincent says Clive stinks the most.
Not what I said.
And he's a hack.
No.
And Event Horizon's his favorite movie.
Did he make it? What did
He's
he
the
write
writer
it?
of
Oh.
Event Horizon. Resident Evil director is the director.
Oh,
of
I
Event
knew that.
Yeah, but Clive Barker is the one who like made. That's why it's basically
That
Hellraiser in
story.
space.
Well, it's basically Doom.
Yeah.
Basically,
So,
Hellraiser and Doom.
So that's all I had to say about the first part of this episode. Was basically we're wrapping up our recent topic of the refranchising, where it sounds like a lot of these franchises, like I said, I think just need a new creative team to step in. And I don't
Who's
know.
that? Does that say Clive Barker as the writer?
Let me take a look. It does.
Wait for fucking real.
Yeah, it says Clive Barker wrote Event Horizon.
Wait, I thought
No.
Clive Barker had something to do with Event Horizon.
No.
Are you fucking with me?
No.
Yeah, you like photoshopped that just now.
Pull out your phone. Pull Clive Barker Event Horizon.
This is like the last time when I forget what it was, but I was like, no, that guy didn't write it. And, you're like, "Ah!" And I looked it up. I was like, what the fuck? This movie was
Yeah,
a train wreck. It had
it-
5 writers.
It was the Zack Snyder Justice League
Right.
shit. Yeah.
And I could definitely tell it was a train wreck and
Yeah.
it had 5 writers.
Are you? I'm so stupid. I could have sworn that Clive Barker had something to do with Event Horizon.
No.
He like runs like
Maybe it's
naked
because
through the
everyone always
background.
compares to it of like Hellraiser because it's all like hell in space. Anyways, moving on with that. Changing creative teams for your reboots, your remakes, and your refranchise stuff, except for Mad Max and Planet of the Apes. Those guys are doing good. They're
Well,
doing.
I don't know how much George Miller
It's
is going to
basically
go on.
follow the Planet of the Apes model. Like, just hire a good team of writers who are passionate about the franchise, and you get gold.
Yeah, and get, I don't know, good directors, because like to be honest, a lot of these random sequels that get shot out are like directors that this is like their first movie.
Especially horror.
Especially
can't-
horror. It's always like their first fucking time doing it.
I can't believe they're getting the freaking new Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy to make the new Alien.
Oh my god!
I have no faith.
But what about the show?
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, they're making that Alien show.
Oh.
We talked about that in the chat.
Oh,
You probably
yeah.
didn't see. So moving on from that topic, it's ended. Josh put his hands up in his air,
No, hold
once
on,
again
hold
chanting
on.
"Clive Barker die."
What I heard about the show was that it's gonna like pretty much just disregard all of the new origin shit that.
Cool, so now it's going to be even more confusing. That said, well, where are they starting? Like after 3 or after 2?
I think
It's around there somewhere.
The thing is the more that they do that, and they're like, that's to me they use that as like a, oh no, don't worry, I know you guys kind of didn't like the new origin stuff, so we're gonna go back and it's gonna be canon for the Alien 1 and 2, and it's like, okay, well your shit's probably gonna suck too.
and they're like, no, because this time we have young adults.
How many times has Terminator done that?
And-
Where
and-
it's like-
yeah, every single time. It's like every single movie after Salvation has been
Yeah.
like, screw everything before that. You start at 2 and continue on.
So hopefully it's good. I'm praying for that.
Or they could do the Halloween approach where the Halloween franchise, if I'm not mistaken, there are 6 timelines. I'm not shitting you.
Rob Zombies is the best, of course.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Oh, we all know how much Josh loves Rob Zombie.
I love his music.
Oh, there's another note that Josh is sliding me. Deaf to Clive Barker and deaf to Rob Zombie? It's so weird.
Rob
And then he
Zombie
drew a
probably
dick?
No, wait.
Rob
he also-
Zombie would probably
he
like
just
that.
slid me a note. It says he'd rather George Miller make a new Happy Feet movie than a new Mad Max movie.
I would, though. That would be nice. I love Happy Feet.
Also,
Is there a second one?
just so like we don't
No.
get in trouble,
This is
there
know.
Clive Barker
I've seen
and Rob Zombie should live. That was just comedy.
and
Yeah,
also, don't
yeah.
kill us.
Yeah, don't kill us.
kill us, too.
Rob Zombie, please don't eat me.
Kill me.
So we're moving on to our next. We're moving on to our next topic, which is who wants to say it?
Wait, hold
I
on.
don't remember what it
You
is.
gotta think. Squiggler.
No, that's after.
After.
That's after.
Wait, what the hell are the rest? There's like a lot more notes. What
this
are those
is
for?
the end. This is what we wrap up an episode
That's
with.
a lot.
All right, next topic. We're talking about Pal World. Pal World.
no.
Oh
it's like
shit! Let me
Pokemon.
get my partner. Oh, I text Mallory. She says Pal World's awesome. She loves it.
Okay,
Sort of.
so that's it for us. This is the. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Do you know
that
what the
was
topic is,
wrap-up
Josh?
No, I have
episode.
no idea.
Patrick, do you want to say what the topic is?
All right, guys, we're gonna be talking about the Resident Evil video games.
Oh wait, I did see that one. That's a good topic.
Okay,
I do
good.
Like that
Yeah,
one.
Very good.
Except I don't know about what Josh has played, but nobody else has played the original first 3 ones.
I have
and
played.
Zero.
I played Code Veronica. That's the earliest one I played. I played all
sweet.
of Code Veronica
You did?
on the Dreamcast. Yeah, I played it on the Dreamcast. It was 2
Dude,
discs.
hell yeah. What's the oldest one you've played, Patrick?
Well, I mean, I started Code Veronica, but after I died the first time, I stopped.
It's brutal and it's so boring.
Patrick, Ryan, what's the oldest one you've played?
I have played original 3 for like maybe 15 minutes, so I don't really count that too much as a play. Like an actual play would be like Resident Evil 4.
Sound like an accordion.
Yeah, because I keep breaking the audio.
I'll break you.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The oldest one I've played has been Resident Evil Outbreak File 1. That's the oldest one I've played. And dude, this might blow everyone's mind. I think that game's fucking amazing, and I think that game deserves a remake. That one and the second one,
shit.
or mix them together.
They need to remake Code Veronica.
They also should remake Code
Veronica.
Veronica. Well, it's funny because not to like completely derail this, but the only remakes that the only time I've ever played 1 and 0 have been the remakes.
I love the remakes, by the
But
way.
they didn't. I told you they didn't remake Zero.
They did 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't think.
So 0 that came out, that's the only version of 0?
Yes.
Really? I thought there was like a shitty version of 0. Are you fucking with me?
I'm not fucking with you. They remade 1, but they just made 0, and that was it.
Are you?
They might have like ported it to
Hold on.
better consoles.
Hold on.
but
You're
they
hold
didn't.
on. Hold on. No, hold on.
Did you guys ever play Umbrella Academy or whatever it's called? Not
No,
Umbrella
I heard
Academy.
it was
Umbrella Corporation. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or Corporation?
Yeah, it was for the Wii.
No, I didn't have that. Was that like a light gun game or
Yeah.
what was it?
They had another one like House of the Dead Reloaded or whatever. Was another one that was a Wii exclusive, or was it Overkill? Can't remember.
That sounds like overkill.
Yeah, I never played it.
Yeah.
Blake, why,
I guess
why
for
did you say
once,
anything?
Patrick's right.
Yeah,
Resident
for
Evil's-
one- I'm always right.
Okay, but I was gonna say, so I have played Resident Evil 1, the remake, and I did play Resident Evil 0. And my only complaint, and this is gonna sound really stupid,
I thought you haven't played those.
I have. I told you I have. We literally talked about this earlier today. Anyways, I know that they remade 2 and 3 as in the style of like third-person shooter behind the shoulder. I wish they would remake 1 like that, because as much as I want to play 1, but the remake of 1 is just kind of hard. It's hard because it's the fucking fixed camera angles and shit. But I know that's really stupid and nitpicky because I'm like, man, I just wish they would remake it again.
I think that's fair. It's a much more modern playstyle.
Yeah, because they keep remaking Resident Evil 4. So it's like, okay. Or, sorry, not remaking it, but remastering it. Yeah. So, like, I would just love to play Resident Evil 1, but just third person. But, so yeah, I guess, so that's interesting. I could have sworn 0 was a remake as well, but I think it's just because they come as a combo pack that I always think it's a remake combo pack. But, I guess it's not. So then, funny question, I was asking Patrick about this today, and Ryan, you and me talked about this yesterday, because you were saying the first Resident Evil game you played was 5, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. And actually, that would coincide with, like, maybe... Well, actually, Patrick, I don't know what the first one you played was, but I remember playing co-op with you, Patrick, like, when that first came out.
Yeah.
That was, like, my first introduction to Resident Evil.
I'm pretty sure
that was pretty awesome.
5 was the first one I played, too. Just because, like, everybody loved the co-op. I remember playing it with you. So good. I played the co-op with Chris Packa, who we need to get on the podcast one day.
Oh, yeah, dude, we gotta get the Packinator. The Pocker.
So what order do we want to start this? Do we want to start from the beginning, or do we want to just jump in?
Well, since none of us have a lot of experience with the first 3, I think we should, like, skip those, maybe come back later. Do the remakes count? What?
Do the remakes count if you played the remakes?
Well,
I feel like they're completely different games at that point. Like, they're the same story.
They are,
they have the same story.
Well, I think even the story's a little... Like, doesn't stuff happen in slightly different sequence? Or not in different sequence.
It's still the same story.
Well,
like, Nemesis, I feel like, is handled
Yeah, Nemesis is different, and they also cut a lot of stuff out.
Nemesis is so fucking cool in the remake.
Well, I guess we should technically start in, like, chronological order. So I guess we should start with the remakes. Because, like, what are we going to do? Start with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then go back to the remakes?
I like the idea of, like, starting where our first experience was, though.
So 5? Okay,
mine's Code Veronica.
So our personal experience for it.
Okay, so, so Patrick and Ryan, do you guys want to talk about 5? Because 5, I have my own shit to say. But you guys want to talk about 5 for a bit, and then Josh will talk about Veronica, and then I'll talk about Resident Evil File Outbreak 2? Which also deserves a remake. Well, Capcom, shut!
I feel like Josh would have a lot to say about 5, too.
I have a lot to say about 5.
Okay, so then Josh, we'll start with you.
Maybe, I think we should start, like, in chronological order.
Of the games.
Yeah.
So then we'll start with 2 remake.
No.
What? What did I...
There's 2 remake came out after 7.
Isn't that chronological?
Yeah, but none of us have beaten 0. Nobody can see it, but there's so much smirking on everyone's face because
But do we know the stories
of 0 and 1 and 2 or what?
Because we can talk about like the stories about them, and then when we get to the remakes, we talk about like.
Oh my god!
Should we just start with Code Veronica?
Let's start with the remakes. Just because they pretty much follow the same story.
Yeah, let's just do the remakes.
Okay.
Like how the originals were like the tank controls and the remakes.
Why is that tank controls?
So then, so then starting chronological. So chronologically, it would be 0, right? So am I the only one here who's played 0?
Well, you told me you played it for like a minute.
No, I said like an hour or so.
You got to like a train.
Okay, who's played 0?
Nobody.
Me.
Talk about it.
Ryan's shaking his head.
He's shaking his head. Story.
Okay, so I have played 0. It is tank controls, but it's very interesting because it's co-op, sort of. Because you do have 2 players. Not 2 players. Sorry, there's 2 characters, but you can never play with another person, and you can control both characters, but you have to alternate between each, which sucks for ammo conservation because each character has their own set of like split ammo. And your character, if you set them to the wrong setting, will just shoot the shit out of stuff.
Shit.
So you can jump back between Billy and Rebecca, but when you jump back to Billy, if you have him like on aggressive mode, he'll shoot every single enemy he sees and then have no ammo. But then Billy's stronger, but then he can't make medicine. Rebecca can, but then she's not as tough. But I think she has like 1 extra like inventory pouch. It's interesting because it's like you have to like balance between which character you're playing and which one you're not. And I've only played through the first chapter of that game because once I got to the mansion, it's hard as fuck because you get attacked by birds, and I have never played this game before, and it's really difficult to decide which hero you want to play as. And I think I was losing because Rebecca kept getting eaten by a giant centipede, and I had no ammo. Oh, I will say the biggest complaint about Resident Evil 0 that I see come up a lot is all the villains are just giant blank. Because it's a giant scorpion. No, it's a giant spider, giant centipede, a giant scorpion, or giant leech. It's all just giant shit.
Well, that's mostly how it was in the first one, too.
Really?
Yeah, there's like a giant snake. There's like giant spider enemies. There's a giant plant.
Okay. Yeah, I like Zero. I just wish it wasn't as clunky with having to like juggle 2 characters, because again, you have to like set your AI like behavior, because you can like set Rebecca to like aggressive or passive or whatever, and that like basically tells your character when to shoot and not to shoot. But then it sucks when you're playing as Billy and you leave Rebecca in some room, and then you get a call on the walkie-talkie and Rebecca's like, I'm getting fucking murdered! And then you have to run across the mansion, sorry, not the mansion, the training ground to go help her ass. By the time you get there, she's getting killed by leeches. And it's like, god damn it.
You get a call on the radio, I'm dead.
And then it also kind of sucks because I think you only have like 6 inventory slots, and shotguns and like grenade launchers take up 2 slots. So it's very hard to like... Oh, there's also no inventory box. Did you guys know about that?
There's no box?
There's no box. So everything you drop on the ground and it stays there the entire game.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can look at the map and all your shit that you ever pick up and put down stays there. So a lot of times you take all your shit, drag it to like the main hall where the save room is, and just drop it on the ground. But then you'd have like the hook gun, health kits, magnums, shotguns. You have all this shit just scattered all over the floor. And it never disappears. But there's no inventory box. So you just have like 50 million things, but if you drop them too close to each other, you can't pick them up the right way because they're dropped on top of each other.
There's like always an inventory box.
Not in Zero. It's just ground.
I'm gonna look this up to see if you're stupid.
I'm not.
Zero inventory.
Yeah, and then it's also the classic, you need the ink ribbons to save. And there's only a limited amount of ink ribbons, which is one of the reasons I stopped playing that game, is because I'm really bad at save scumming, because I love to save.
Your resource.
But then, okay, so with the ink ribbons, that counts as an inventory slot. So you have to pick it up and then drop it somewhere, and you have to go back and go get it if you want to go save. So a lot of times I would just leave Rebecca near the save station, but you can't leave her because then Billy will get stuck somewhere, and you're like, oh shit, I need a teammate. And then Rebecca has to run 50 miles to come get your ass, and then by that time you're dead. Because then, yeah, like I said, Billy can't make health. So yeah, that's the earliest I think any of us have played. And then, has anyone played the 1 remake?
No.
No, I haven't played 1 or the 1 remake.
I just watched it.
I played it. I didn't get very far because I'm an idiot. So again, it's the 1 remake, tank controls or whatever, but you get to pick between 2 characters, Jill Valentine and Chris Redfield. I heard that technically that's you picking the difficulty. Jill's easier and Chris is harder to play because Chris starts with no weapons or no guns. He has a knife or some shit. And again, I only played like an hour or 2 of that because again, you need ink ribbons. And I fucking do not like the ink ribbon thing because I like to save, because I'm like, oh, I can only play for like an hour today. I'm like, oh shit, there goes like an ink ribbon. I'm fucked. Because next time I play, I gotta go like 50 miles away. But there's also not a lot of like auto-saving, which is the exact same shit Resident Evil 0 had. There was like no auto-saving. And one time I forgot to fucking save, killed a bunch of shit, and then I died. I had to go all the way back, and that's when I rage quit. Because I was like, fuck that. I died way too early. But yeah, I never beat 1 or 0, and I didn't get very far in 1. But it's interesting because when they did 0, they did that at a time where they're like, okay, how can we make lore in a game that's already had enough lore, but we want to get a little extra bit in it? Because somehow shit happens in Resident Evil 0 that makes no sense for Resident Evil 1, because there's like a subway train that connects where the fuck you end up in Resident Evil 0 back to like, I think the police station in Resident Evil 2 or some weird shit. And it makes no sense. And then like when characters are dying off and on screen, it makes no sense because it's like, how did this guy go 5 feet and die and this other guy went all over the place and he's like alive? But then it also has to match up with 1, but you can't have 1 and 0 matching up too much. Because it's like, there's only like a 5-minute increment where you can make a whole game, and then they did somehow. Movie? What? Like the welcome. Well,
about those movies.
Yeah.
Like Charles Manson.
Welcome to Raccoon City. Dude, fuck that movie. I'm still the only one who's seen that, right?
Yep.
Fuck you guys. Resident Evil 2 remake. Who's played it?
I watched it.
I
We all
played it.
have, right?
Josh said he only watched it.
Yeah, Josh only watches games nowadays.
Yeah, mostly actually. That shit was cool.
It's really cool. Ryan, do you want to start with your opinions of the Resident Evil 2 remake?
Sure. Yeah, actually, so I could also start off by saying I've watched two best friends play the full playthrough of the original Resident Evil 2, which is actually a really entertaining playthrough for to watch because they're really good at it.
I also watched that.
It's an entertaining playthrough, or that's an entertaining game when you've optimized it, right? I think the biggest challenge that comes with that original game is just knowing what esoteric crap you're supposed to navigate your way through, and the remake does a good job of getting rid of the esoteric puzzles and kind of making it more player and user friendly, and that's something that I found really enjoyable. I played through Resident Evil 2 remake twice, only twice, and I stopped on a third playthrough. I did Leon's story, Claire's story, and then I tried to do Leon's B story, but I only got halfway through, and then I stopped for no other reason. I just got busy with other stuff. But yeah, I would love to see everything remade in that style that's older, and Resident Evil 0 actually sounds like it would be kind of interesting if that was a true co-op in the style of
It would be.
Resident Evil 2.
Well, sorry, I don't want to cut over you,
No,
but it would be.
That was most of it, yeah.
So then, in Resident Evil 2, you said, so you did Leon and then Claire's campaign, and then you did Leon B, which is, if people don't know, Leon B is Leon's story while you're Claire, right?
Yeah, you start in a different area. You start actually outside the
Police station.
The police station, and then you kind of you just take this alternate path, and some of the puzzle items are just in different locations, or even some puzzles are done already, the path's already open because it's kind of assumed oh, the other person went through it. So it the whole game gives you really good way, or a lot of content for, even though it rehashes its content, it's still entertaining, because I found myself even on repeat playthroughs, I was oh, I can do this a little bit faster or more optimized by managing my inventory because I know where stuff is.
Okay. Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, I think that's it. I think Resident Evil 2 remake is that. Yeah, it's a good remake. Keep doing those.
Patrick, opinions, go.
Resident All right, that was my time, guys. What about you, Josh?
The Resident 2
Okay, back to me.
Jesus Christ.
The last time I played it was when it came out, so my memory's a little fuzzy. But I remember, really enjoying all of the the zombies walking around when the hunters showed up and scared the absolute diarrhea out of me.
Dude, they suck.
When they first showed up, I freaking remember, I had to go into a room, there were, two of them in there, and I'm I can't fucking do this, man. I think I had to, because they can, insta-kill you or something, right?
Yes, that is, a
Very,
thing.
very quickly.
Yeah.
If they get the drop on you.
Yeah, I think I had to, restart this one, 3 or 4 times, just because I needed to get through this goddamn room, and they just kept on touching me. But yeah, I really like the stories of the original Resident Evils, how they all connect. But we're probably gonna get into it later. But after pretty much after 4, with 5 and stuff. I mean, I still like 5's story, but 6. Anyway,
we're not talking about 6. So we're not talking about 6 right now.
I just had PTSD. But yeah, the whole story and stuff, and I'm going crazy, guys. I'm sorry.
I wish. Sorry, Ryan. I don't have the camera pointed at Patrick, but he's got his hand in his head. He's got his head in his hands, and he's rubbing his eyes. And he looks like he's falling apart. We're just talking about Resident Evil. I'm not asking you some personal shit.
I'm sorry.
Unlike when you asked me on the fucking Alan Wake game.
It's getting really hard to think about what happened in the game right now. Oh wait, no, again, how you talked about the big things, and I said there were big things in the first one, but then in the second one there's the big alligator in the freaking sewer. You remember that?
So something that irritates me, this is a side tangent. I am so upset that there's a big gator in Resident Evil 2, but there's not a single fucking crocodile, alligator, what have you in Resident Evil 7. You're in Louisiana.
Yeah, weird.
You're in fucking Louisiana, and all you fight is poop monsters.
It's one of my biggest issues with that game.
Yeah, it's all poop monsters, right? It's not like yeah. But I mean, we're not talking about 7 right now. But it just when I beat that game, I was like, I just wish there was a fucking gator. Like, or wait, is it crocodiles or gators in Louisiana? Gators?
I think it's cavemen.
Did you say cavemen?
No, I said caiman.
Oh,
but I was also
In this
joking.
country.
Yeah.
but yeah, that's just something I wanted to say. But yeah, I like that there's a big gator and everything in Resident Evil 2. How many times have you played through it, Patrick?
I've told you this before, but I played through Leon's campaign.
Told Josh or Ryan.
What?
You haven't told Josh or Ryan.
Yeah,
No,
I
he's
know.
told me.
I was just freaking continuing. I was gonna say, but then you ruined everything, and now you're making me cry, dude.
I don't think I'm making you cry. You're the one like falling apart because I'm asking you about a game.
Shut up.
Okay.
So anyway, I played through Leon's campaign, and then I started Claire's campaign, and when I saved over Leon's campaign, and I was like, now I need to go all the way back through Leon's campaign just to have that save already, so I can go through like all the extra shit. I just gave up after that. Like, it really broke me. I didn't want to have to go all the way back through the normal Leon campaign. So I just stopped. I don't know what happens in Claire's campaign. Well, I mean, I do, but I haven't played it. What about, like, the tofu guy?
Who?
The tofu guy. You can play as tofu.
Oh, the tofu mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole tofu mode. I haven't played that either, but I've heard of it.
What about the one with Hunk?
I've seen so many playthroughs of that.
Of Hunk?
And the
Yeah,
soundtrack is so good.
It's actually super hard. Those like bonus scenarios are really, really hard. Like Hunk especially. Like that, I tried it like a couple times and I just like get destroyed.
I love the soundtrack on that, but there's a bunch of people who do like no damage runs.
Those
And
are
just
crazy.
watching them do the no damage runs is so wild.
Somebody did in just like the latest Awesome Games Done Quick, they did a no damage Resident Evil 2 run on Leon.
Jesus Christ.
Damn. How the fuck do you get past the first liquor? Because no matter what I
Lick
do,
it back.
Leon just grabs it. Ah!
The licker's like, no!
Mr. X sees it. He's just like, damn. He's like, he just leaves, and Leon's like, I'm gonna lick you
Mr.
next.
X just freaking turns an RPG on himself.
He turns his own head around. He just kills himself. Or like he like punches a wall behind him to kill himself, like he killed that little guy.
Just like starts dragging himself around.
So Josh, what are your opinions on the Resident? So because you only watched the Let's Play of it,
Yeah,
but what did you think of it?
it was cool.
Which campaign did they do?
They did whatever the lady. I don't know. Her
Claire
The
Redfield.
lady.
Yeah, the Claire.
Jesus
they did Claire
Christ.
Redfield.
Sorry for all of our women listeners because apparently Josh is an ass.
To be fair, if it was like one of the male characters in Resident Evil, they only want to know is Chris Redfield.
You don't know Leon Kennedy?
He's from 4.
And
Interesting. And
Yeah.
6. And a bunch of
Well,
jackals.
everybody
What's
was
he
in
in?
6.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
he
like there's like the baldish guy who's like, I'm the new guy who everyone's gonna, and then they canceled
Oh,
him.
that forget, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
Jake
like-
Wesker.
I don't know. Oh yeah, he ain't no Wesker. But I thought it was cool. The graphics were really nice. I thought the way that they did Nemesis was really awesome.
That's
We're talking
3.
about 2.
What the fuck?
We're talking about...
Oh,
Josh looks so like
Yeah, skip me.
upset.
Wait,
a
then when you're
long
thinking
time
of the
ago.
woman, were you thinking of Jill
I
then?
don't know.
What the fuck?
Wait, did you watch 2?
I don't know. At this point, I have no idea.
Wait, where were they?
What do you mean?
Where were the characters? What building? Like, were they in a...
Bro, all those old Resident Evil games kind of look the same.
What are you talking about?
We were talking about the remake.
Yeah, even then. I don't know.
Resident Evil 2, you end up going to like an underground laboratory.
It's been a while since I watched it.
So we're gonna move on
Yep.
from Josh. Josh has like a
There's
really
there's
like
plant people.
really goofy face.
Hey, I know the Plant People. Yeah, I watched it. I just don't remember it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
well, thanks for your input, Josh.
Oh, you're welcome. I've watched way
Blake,
more
how
of
are you?
like, the newer ones.
Sorry, I love. Yeah, Nemesis. No, the woman. I don't know. I don't know. I was there.
I thought there were 2.
They all look the same.
I am not a Resident Evil expert at all.
You're a 5 expert.
I don't even know if I'd say I was a 5 expert, but I did play through 5 several times.
We're not talking about 5.
Let's talk about 5.
We're not.
So Resident Evil
No, hold
5.
on.
There's
We
Sheva.
still got 3 more games.
Okay.
Okay.
If Patrick insists.
So, I have played Resident Evil 2. I've played it through Leon's campaign, Claire's campaign, and then Leon B-side. I'm currently on a new Leon campaign.
That's called Resident Evil 4.
I really enjoy it. Not gonna lie, I get really stressed out as soon as Mr. X becomes a thing. Because it's every fucking corner, there's always him. And, like, I actually kind of fucked up the most recent Leon campaign I've been playing. Because I was like, okay, you know what I'm going to do just to see? I'm just going to shoot this zombie till his head explodes. So that way I don't have to deal with him again.
Yeah.
I wasted, like, 15 shots. And his head never popped. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I just stood there looking at my gun. I had like 4 bullets left. I was like, what am I doing? I just like zoned out, just started shooting him. And I was like, I'm not going to reload.
Was he laying on the ground?
He was! But his head didn't pop. So I was like, pop, pop, pop. And then he just popped. Pop, pop, pop. And then I was like...
Did he ever get back up after that?
I don't know. I stopped playing for a bit. Because
he scared you.
Yeah. But yeah, as soon as Mr. X becomes a thing, that game changes drastically.
Yeah.
Because, like... no matter what you do, you hear him stomping around, which I think is great. But then you have, like, deal with the lickers, which are pains in asses. And then you have to deal with this fucking Mr. X thing. But that game, the first time I played it, I was like, holy shit, this is such a great game of, like, real good survival horror. Because I was like, I am stressed out for my ammo, my weapons, and my knives. I'm just, like, running through hallways of zombies. Because I'm like, I can't kill any of them. That's a waste of ammo. I gotta save all my ammo for later. And I was like, oh shit, here comes a licker. What the fuck do I have? Oh, I have 1 shotgun shell. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, the first time I played that game, I was not doing great. Which campaign did you guys like more, Leon or Claire's? Because I know that they're basically similar up until like a certain point, and they change drastically.
Oh, I didn't play Claire's. If you
that's right.
remember, I gave
Yeah.
up
Okay.
after
So
I erased it.
all right. Okay. Sorry about your sob story, but Ryan's trying to talk.
No.
I was gonna say, like, I think Leon's makes more sense with how, like, they set up the setting. I always felt like Claire feels a little, like, shoehorned in, like, the police station, so, yeah, that's kind of where I feel on it, is, like, yeah, Leon just makes more sense. It's, like, a cohesive flow. You, like, meet Zeta in the garage, and then, like, they kind of have this weird little, like, I don't know, semi-romance thing going on, and then they get to the train, and then I mean, it's interesting how they both connect their stories, but like I said, it seems like it was written from the perspective, or written for Leon first.
Okay, would you guys No, I've talked. Can I finish my sentence?
No, I was gonna say Claire's at the police station because she's looking for Chris.
Yeah. I think I kind of know what Ryan's talking about because there's the whole orphanage part for Claire. And I felt like that was a little...
But are there
that
orphans?
That was forgettable for me. I forgot about that until you just brought it up just now.
You're welcome.
I didn't know about that because I didn't play it.
Oh yeah, so with Claire, you're at the police station looking for Chris, but you go to an orphanage where that's where you find like, the little kid, I'm pretty sure, but that's where like Chief Irons is, because Chief Irons is like teamed up with like the orphanage, and that's where like there's like, weird shit going on there.
He's killing the parents.
To make the orphans. But what I was gonna ask you guys, because I've talked to Mallory about this, do you guys wish that game was 2 players, like one person played Leon, one person played Claire, and you run through the police station together? Like say it was like.
Could be, but I wouldn't want that to be its like primary gameplay.
Like maybe like an option.
Yeah, I'd like that as a mode, but like I think it's like I said, I think Leon's campaign is like really good. Like if you only played Resident Evil 2 Remake just for Leon's story, like that's a really good like solo campaign.
Okay. What do you think, Patrick?
Well, I have no choice but to say it's good for Leon because I didn't play Claire.
God, Jesus Christ. I don't know. I just kind of wish more horror games were co-op, and like with
the co-op thing. Yeah, it would have been cool to like add in co-op.
Yeah, like maybe not even like you play the other person plays as Claire. Like maybe the other person is just like kind of like a nameless cop that you team up with. Because like for Resident Evil, Copy McGee. Because Resident Evil 6, basically every character is randomly made up to partner with a character that's already existed in the game series. Because Leon gets Helen, Chris gets
Pierce.
and then Sherry gets Jake, and then Ada gets
Herself.
herself. Is that who she teams
There's
up?
nobody
No,
with her.
no, there is. Isn't she with like a military? No, there is. Fuck you. When you play that campaign,
She's
there's-
solo.
There's a military guy. Yes, there.
She's solo.
No, she isn't. Are you fucking with me?
No, I remember you only played as that's why there was no co-op with her.
There's co-op with Ada. Pull out your phone. Stop fucking.
Ada was literally
No, I swear she's.
Ada was single player only.
I
'cause she
swear
was by
there's a
herself.
fucking
We have to
co-op.
find out who's the Wong one to get it, because Ada Wong.
Thanks for whispering that and being really quiet. I swear you play as like a military guy for co-op.
Ada Wong was single player only.
Did you just read that?
I'm looking it up right now.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I kind of do wish Resident Evil 2, maybe like Ryan said, had a mod or something, where maybe you blended both of the campaigns together, and that way you played through both of the characters. Because I don't know, I love Resident Evil 2, but sometimes I'm like, man, this game would be really good as co-op. What's up, Patrick? What are you reading?
Ada Wong. Ada Wong was single player,
I don't want what?
but in an update, they added a co-op.
Fuck you! I knew it!
No, originally,
I don't give a shit!
no.
I don't give a shit!
No. I'm just saying, it was originally Ada Wong all by herself, and that's what I played.
They're both right.
We're both right.
Why would
We're
I
both
fucking
right.
come back to that godforsaken game just to play fucking Ada Wong co-op?
Well, because, I mean, Patrick, we're going to play for the channel. Does anyone have anything else they want to say about Resident Evil 2 before we wrap this up?
Why are we talking about 6?
It wasn't Resident Evil 3.
Well, actually, it's funny that you're talking about Resident Evil 3 and you played all the way through Code Veronica, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
it was a long time ago, though.
Okay, but do you know that Code Veronica was supposed to be Resident Evil 3?
No. But that would make sense.
Yeah, so
Yes.
from my understanding, Code Veronica was supposed to be RE3, and then what we know as Resident Evil 3 was supposed to be Resident Evil Final Escape, which was supposed to be like a spin-off, which is why it's at the same time as Resident Evil 2, and why it's like shorter, because it's a shorter story. It was supposed to be kind of a spin-off game.
It feels like a spin-off too.
Yeah.
It, like, very much feels that way.
But then, I don't know how they came in and they're like, okay, wait a minute, no, we're just going to call this one 3,
It's
and
because-
Veronica becomes Veronica.
It's because Code Veronica was originally just a Dreamcast exclusive.
Who?
Oh no, Sony had the contract with them, right? They were like, you're supposed to make 3 on our console exclusively, and then Capcom was already making Code Veronica RE3 basically, and like
Yeah.
they got kind of like, oh shit, we screwed up.
Well, I don't know if they screwed up because fucking
Sounds
Code
like they
Veronica's.
screwed up.
Who's, I'm sure I've looked this up half a dozen times. Who's the main character of Veronica? Who's like, who do you play?
That's Claire and Chris.
Oh, the Redfields?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, that's interesting. We should play that.
because Claire's still
interesting
looking
how
for
this
Chris.
game like focus on 2 characters, and yet very few of them are co-op. It's like they were trying to make it with co-op in mind, but never did it.
Well, back then it was so much more difficult to do co-op.
Yeah.
Especially
And those
with
games
the
are
taint
huge.
controls.
Well, and even Code
Yeah.
Veronica came on 2 freaking discs, and depending on how
Oh,
you do
really?
since it's static camera, you can just put both of the characters in on the same camera. But I know when you do split screen, it increases like how much.
It's harder to render all that.
Yeah.
Right? That's the problem.
That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that because I agree with you, Ryan. It's like most of these games always had a 2-character focus except for...
Like 1, right?
Well, no, 1 was Chris and Jill.
Oh, true. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think 4. I think 4
Yeah.
is the only one... Well, sorry, 4, 7, and 8.
Yeah.
But
What about 5?
5 is Chris and Sheva.
No, Sheva's not real.
Chris made her up.
Yeah, I'm just saying that 'cause
Shut up,
5 is
let's
like
go.
literally
It's
co-op.
imaginary friend.
Fuck you, Patrick. But yeah, I think it's interesting that like each one of the games has always been about like a couple of like 2 characters that you can either choose to play either one, but you've never played them together, which is then weird because again, playing Resident Evil 2 Remake, I was like, how is there not a version of this where it's Leon and Claire playing together? Cause like it's always like, oh, I'm locked behind a door that you can't open and I can't climb over. Oh, you're in 2 rooms away from me and I'm going the opposite direction. And I was like, well, what the fuck?
Maybe the reason they didn't do it was because it was kind of like would kind of like ruin the fact that there's 2 different campaigns. So if you put them together, then like what's the point of the other campaign?
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. Is like maybe you can meld both the campaigns together in a way, or Claire just is with Leon and you kind of like disregard her campaign. Or you play as Claire's campaign and then you disregard Leon's campaign.
But then you have to like walk around with fucking Sherry Birkin.
That's fine. You have to do that with your Claire.
Yeah, make sure she doesn't get eaten by zombies. I think
Yeah. Or you could just play the Leon campaign with Claire and just forget about Sherry Birkin. Sherry Birkin just dies.
Do you want to play Resident
And then that
Evil 4?
done.
Do you want to play as Ashley?
You do play as Ashley.
In just one part when Leon's not even there.
But you play as her.
I forgot about Ashley.
Alright. Well, I don't want Resident Evil 4 to be co-op unless it's with Louise. Oh my god, speaking of Louise, I know we're not talking about Resident Evil 4, but me and Mallory were playing it, right? And it's the part where, spoiler alert, Louise dies.
Oh,
and he like...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And he saves Leon, and as he's dying, Mallory's like, it's the Luis I can do. I was laughing so hard, and then I was like, man, I wish Krauser had a one-liner too. That I don't know what it'd be. Or he's like, man, I'm really jacked up, and then dies. But I'm trying to look. I'm looking at the time. I think we have like at most another 30 minutes, but I don't think we can talk about Resident Evil 3. But I guess real quick we could talk about, because you played Veronica, but you don't remember most of it. Do you want to just give like some spark notes of it real quick?
Wesker was in it, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And his quote-unquote sister, right? Oh, wait, no, she was in... Was he in it?
I think there was some weird shit where he was
No, I
like,
thought-
hey, yo.
No, he was in it, but his sister was in,
Is she in Zero?
I think she might be in Zero.
Because Zero is Wesker and Birkin watching Rebecca and Billy on the television the whole time.
There's like laughing, eating popcorn.
Yes, the way it's been described, and Ryan has probably heard this quote if he's ever watched his 2 best friends play, because Pat says Billy and Rebecca have a bad time while Birkin and Wesker have the most boring Saturday night ever, because all they do is watch 2 idiots run around killing shit, and the whole time it cuts them, they're just staring at a television and be like, yes, die. Damn. Look at Billy with a tank top.
Was... In Code Veronica, I don't think it was Wesker's quote-unquote sister, because I'm mixing up the names. His sister, I'm pretty sure, is Alex Wesker.
Yes.
But then the person I'm thinking of in Code Veronica is Alexia Ashford.
Yes, because there's the
So,
Ashford,
Ashford
twins?
You don't fucking know, do you?
I remember like 2 scenes. I remember like running around with tank controls. Be like, what the fuck? And I remember Wesker in a lab. Like, I'm Wesker. Here's my stuff. I'm Wesker. And then that's all I remember.
I'll see you later when 4 comes out.
Goodbye.
Is that all you want to say about Veronica?
Yeah, I can't remember shit.
Are we skipping 3?
No, we'll come back to 3, but like I said, we only have like a little bit more time, and I don't think we have enough time to talk about 3, because, I mean, we talked about 0, sort of, 1, sort of, 2, remake, and a little bit of Veronica. I was just going to wrap up the episode with File Outbreak, because that's during 2.
Alright.
Technically. So,
So is 3.
I understand that, but 3 we've all played, and that's a much longer segment we'd have to talk about, unless you want to talk about it in 27 minutes. Jesus Christ. Anyways, so if nobody knows, Resident Evil Outbreak there's 7 characters to pick from. Each one has a different perk, and you basically run through... Alright, bye.
5 Penford.
Oh, he's getting his soda pops.
Yeah, I'm thirsty.
But there's like 7 different characters, and then you go through different locations with kind of like loose connections between each map, and each character has a different perk, and then you just basically run through some zombie-filled bullshit. But you're there with like 3 random not random, but you're there with 3 other characters. But there's like a cop, a security guard, a janitor. No, sorry, he's like a mechanic. Maybe he's a janitor. And there was a doctor, a news reporter. But I fucking love those games because it's really cool to, like, I don't know, pick your own character and then you kind of like run through Resident Evil scenarios.
He's like the elephant.
Well, that's in Outbreak 2.
Nah. Yeah.
Which I think is taking place in between like 2 and 3 or at 3 at the same time. I don't know where Outbreak takes place in like the timeline.
But it's in Raccoon City. Is the shit's going down, right?
No.
yes and no.
What do you mean yes and no?
Well, because you go to different locations. I can't believe it's all locations of just Raccoon City.
But it has to be, because it was all contained in Raccoon City. That's why they bombed it. And...
Wikipedia says its outbreak takes place in the general time period between 2 and 3.
Okay.
So, vague, basically as the outbreak is happening.
I swear you go to a swamp in Outbreak 2.
Maybe it could be just the local raccoon
It's a
swamp.
little wetland.
It's a wetlands. They got everything in Raccoon City.
Edmonds has a wetland.
That is true.
Marsh.
But no, it's just one of those games I wish that they would remake, because especially if they made it co-op, because you can go through all these scenarios and you have 3 other people with you. But it's cool because then you have to rely on each other's strengths and all that stuff. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm 4 chapters in on Outbreak 1. Outbreak 2 I only played a little bit, but I absolutely sucked at it because it was tank controls, and also I sucked at survival horror. But that is the first Resident Evil game I ever played, was Outbreak File 2.
Oh.
Yeah, because my brother would get video game magazines, and they were talking about Outbreak 2 a lot. And it was also multiplayer, but you had to do that thing where you had to connect multiple PlayStations together.
Yeah.
And
System
do
Link.
it System Link and do it that way. And I always wanted to play with my brothers and my dad, and I was like, all right, I'll be the cop. My dad will be the doctor. Oh no, I would be the janitor. My dad would be the doctor. My other brothers would be the cop and security guard. Which is really funny because playing the game, each character has a different perk, right? The janitor has a crafting kit so he can build stronger weapons. The schoolgirl has a backpack so she has 2 extra inventory. The news reporter can unlock shit. The waitress can I don't know. I don't remember what she can do, but she's there. She has a perk. I don't remember what it is.
She can serve.
She can serve. She can wait. There's the doctor who can make stronger health potions and stuff, or health kits. And then, because he has the doctor's bag. And then you have the cop who has a really strong handgun, but it takes certain ammo, which is really funny because so many people are like, oh yeah, he's the best character to play because he has the stronger handgun. But finding that ammo is really difficult. So then you want to grab a normal handgun, but then you have all the guns, and all your teammates are like, can I have a pistol? And you're like, no. Sorry, I got 3 pistols and a nail gun. You can't have shit.
Stop talking to me.
Stop talking to me. Get away from me.
Don't look at me.
Get away from me, hipster. And then my favorite character is actually the security guard, because I think he's a little OP. Because this weapon, the special thing that you get in your inventory doesn't take up an inventory slot. It takes up its own inventory slot. The security guard gets his own handgun, which is the normal handgun, plus his normal inventory. So you get a free spot for all your shit. And I was like, dude, that guy's way OP. Also, he's the strongest dude. Because he's this big, husky, fucking security guard. I was like, why is nobody playing him? He's way better. But then the other fucking dipshit there is Jim, the subway dude, who has a lucky token that he can flip and change his luck. I don't know what the fuck that does, but he can also fake being dead, so zombies walk over him. Because he just goes, ugh! He faints on the ground. And then also he has random audio clips where he goes, my life is shit! It's so fucking funny.
How did you only know his name? You called him Jim.
No, I know, it's because there's, Mark,
oh, shit.
David, Jim, I want to say Elisa or another, again, a name. I can't remember most of their names. It's been a while since I played it. But, what the fuck is Kevin. Kevin's the name of the cop. And he looks a lot like Tom Cruise, actually. But he's like a ripoff of Leon. Which is pretty funny. But yeah, Outbreak 2 is the first one I played, and there's an infamous elephant episode, or chapter, where you go to the zoo, where you will get fucked up by every animal possible, because there's a tiger running around eating you, and then there's an elephant that breaks through all the windows and doors and kicks the shit out of your team. I think that might be it for this episode. Now I'm thinking about it, because like I said, we could talk about 3, but we don't have enough time to talk about it completely.
Let's talk about it.
No, let's not.
Next time.
We'll talk about it next time.
Next time on Underground Mole.
Did anyone have anything else they wanted to say about Resident Evil 2 or Veronica or any of the games that we were talking about?
I think it's funny when you finally kill Mr. X. You just blast his upper torso off with the RPG.
Oh yeah.
And his legs are just like.
I'm trying to think of like, like the least favorite parts, because again, like I love Resident Evil 2, but as soon as Mr. X, like I said, gets involved, I'm just like, this game's fucking different and fucking difficult, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Like I love it, but I hate it because I can't just like run around the fucking prison, not the prison, the police station like I like to do, because I like to run around and like do stuff. But as soon as Mr. X is there, you can't run around and do stuff. You gotta like go from point A.
Really
Yeah. It's funny though, the most recent campaign I started as Leon, I kind of remembered the like codes for all the padlocks you find, so I just mashed them till I found the right code. So I literally went through like every combination I could think of till they opened, and I was like, all right, cool. Like I kind of just brute forced it.
Nice.
Yeah, but that game, I don't know. The game's tough. It's good, but
What about all this?
I'm gonna say this when we're ending the episode.
Isn't this the end of the episode?
Patrick's like really upset, Ryan. You can't see, but I have a list. Like I have a piece of paper here of stuff I'm gonna say at the end of the episode, and Patrick's like keep trying to make me say it.
So much. We're at the end of the episode.
I know, but
You're trying to drag it out. You're like, oh, you have anything to say about Resident Evil 2?
All right,
we already
guys.
talked about Resident Evil 2,
I'm just
asshole.
asking for finishing statements.
I'll finish you!
Josh, do you have anything you'd like to say about any of the games that we talked
Nemesis in Resident Evil 2 is cool.
about? It's not Nemesis. It's fucking Mr. X. Oh wait, real quick, can I I want to talk shit about somebody who most likely will not listen to this
Me?
episode. Yeah. So Josh Vincent.
No, I'm right here.
Yeah, it's all three of you. I fucking hate all three of you. No, I think I've talked to you guys about this before, about when I got in an argument with a mutual friend that we used to have in high school, where he was telling me that the Resident Evil 2 movie got Nemesis wrong. And he goes, Nemesis was this really big buff dude with long claws on his hand. And I was like, do you mean Tyrant? He goes, no, that's Tyrant. I'm talking about Nemesis. That's what Nemesis looks like. I was like, what are you talking about? Nemesis is that guy right fucking there. And he goes, no, he's supposed to be this like shirtless dude with these long claws. I was like, you mean this guy from Resident Evil 1? And he goes, no, that's Tyrant. And I was like, I don't know what argument you're trying to make here, bud, because you're wrong. Like, you're completely wrong. I have proof that you're wrong. But,
Right.
what?
I think that's Nemesis in the first one.
I'm so tired of Josh. Also, Josh is like falling asleep.
I've
You're
never
like,
fallen asleep before in my life.
I can tell. That's why you're so tired.
Yeah.
You're like a sleepy little slothman over there. So I guess I'll go down. I'll read off my paper that I have here.
Well, let's see it. Let's read it.
All right. Sorry, I have really bad reading skills out loud.
That's
okay.
okay.
Do you want
Okay.
me to read it?
Nope. Okay, so thank you guys for watching and listening, and I would like to give a shout out to our newest subscriber, the Dangler.
Yeah, the Dangler.
Yeah, the Dangler. But also shout out to all of our subscribers: Radical Reviewer, Wolfcat Films, Ravi Mishra, Reyes Gonzalez, Mac of the Blood, which actually Patrick you met him. You actually met Wolfcat too.
Nope.
Travis Federick, Luca the Beast. That's my partner.
Nah.
Ravioli Toast, Lydia at Serhius. I don't think I typed that right. Distant Caffeine, Stephanie Chamberlain, Raboy Odds. Fuck you, Patrick. I thought you would be excited for Danny.
I don't know who that is.
All right. Anyways, Isaac Savello, Rajel Samel, David English, Jenna Robinson, and Ugly Crayons. And shout out to our Patreon, Luca. Also, Josh, you are also on the Patreon.
Is that two people?
Luca's one person. What does that say?
No, so it's me and Luca?
No, it's just Luca. You don't count.
Yeah.
Can I
Basically, you're just giving yourself money.
No, can I finish what I was gonna say? God damn it. Okay, what I was gonna say is Josh is on the Patreon, but Josh is also on the show. So you are, what tier are you? You're the producer, right?
I think I'm paying like 200 a month.
not to me, moron.
they take like 90%.
But yeah, Josh technically is now the producer because he is on the Patreon. I just do think it's kind of funny because Josh is he's one of the members. But yeah, he is now listed as a Patreon. I mean, as a producer. What?
I control you now.
Farted. Do you control my farts?
No.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
Probably
shout
made
out to
you
the
do that.
patron Luca and Josh. But Josh knows because he's here.
Yeah, but you didn't put Josh on the list.
Yeah, I'm not on the list.
And Josh.
That's a little aggressive. Can you cool it?
Josh
Cool off, buddy.
Kahuna.
That's racist.
It's not. Is it?
Really racist.
Okay, it's
dude.
not.
Yeah.
Wait,
I
yeah,
don't
it is
like
now
when you
because
said,
Patrick said it was.
Yeah, because you said Kahuna.
Yeah, but Patrick
Pineapple
also.
Eating
But
Tiki
Patrick.
Man.
That's an affront to my stuff.
Stuff.
All right. If you want to help the channel succeed and grow, check out Daytripper Films / Be Entertained Studios on Patreon. The link will be in the description below. To support and check out what Josh on his other channel, head to Studio Shoal on YouTube and Patreon. You're actually pretty smart by having your Patreon and your YouTube channel with the same name. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. The links will be listed in the description as well. Every bit of support on the channel and the Patreons will go a long way and be highly appreciated because to make the channel grow and for certain projects to be made, just helping and support is what kind of makes that shit get done. I mean, me and Josh kind of like...
Shit's expensive.
Yes, money, that is a thing, because, shit is expensive. Unless you just take free shit from work.
He just takes shit
I do.
from like the
That's
animals.
how I make all my clay stuff. It's all
Yeah.
it's all poop.
I've seen you go
Yeah,
into the bathroom.
that's a poop hand over there.
Yeah,
that's
I watched you make that. You took a video of it. You said, "I'm going into the bathroom at work." Everybody,
didn't have
was,
to watch.
fishing
Yeah,
through the toilet.
I was like,
I had to.
It was his
I
poop.
had to.
I was
I'm
like,
a
Patrick,
loyal
you
subscriber."
leaving some deposits? But yeah, like I said, any support and liking and subscribing, of course, that's also super helpful.
All right. Anyway, I just want to say thank you so much, The Dangler. I love you. But I didn't see your name in the patron list, so...
Oh wait,
I don't
actually,
know
that's
what's
funny
going on
because
with
We
that.
lose our subscriber.
oh no, I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose the
Everybody-
Dangler.
You goddamn piece of shit, Dangler! I'll fucking find you!
Wait, dude, get Raboy odds. He's not. I didn't say his name in the Patreon.
Ratboy Odds, I literally created your goddamn name, you piece of shit, and you know it.
Yeah, Raboy odds. Also, we should play Red Dead with Raboy odds sometime.
Only if he fucking patrons
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
If he pays us.
For
son of a
$5 a
bitch.
month, we can play
Um,
Red Dead Online.
I do apologize to everyone whose name I may have butchered. Like I said, I'm not. I'm a bad reader.
Oh!
I fucking ripped ass.
If that fucking picked that up, I'm gonna.
I hope
throw
it
up.
did. Well, I've been one of your hosts, Blake, and sitting next to me on the laptop because he's in LA is.
It cut out.
It kind of cut out when you did that. It was like, in. All right, and across from me over there, the bane of my existence, the piece of shit, the irk to my gurk.
What? That could be like weird and sexual. I don't like that. Anyway, my name is Patrick.
Butt to my jams.
What?
And I'm Josh.
Yep, that's Josh. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Ryan, thanks for making this work, I guess, because the Discord's good,
him,
your
he's
mic's
Ryan,
good.
The place you're in is like overly white.
It's nicer than my
That's
bathroom.
just his skin.
Oh.
All right, Ryan, we're gonna leave. I'm ending this.
We're hanging up on him?
Well, did you want to say something?
No,
Tom?
you
we
hang
can just,
up
like,
first.
End the recording.
No,
kinda...
you hang up first.
No, you hang up first.
No, you hang up first. Bitch. Didn't see that coming, did you?
He could hear this right